What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy John here this morning to do a video. You know, I'm excited. This is my favorite time of the year, one of my favorite time of the year on the sports calendar because, you know, I like basketball. I like all sports, but there's no tournament better than the NCAA men's basketball tournament. No tournament that beats it. No way. March Madness is the best, okay? This is the best basketball. It's better than NBA playoffs, okay? College basketball is so exciting because you have upsets, you have underdogs, you have thrilling finishes, you have suspense, you have so much excitement, drama-filled games that just knock you off your seat. You know, that's breathtaking, and it's just exciting basketball. It's an exciting month for basketball leading up to the Final Four, and you get to see the Final Four teams that dance. You know, it's been exciting already, and it's only been one day of college basketball. These teams now are playing to advance to the round of 32. It's been some good basketball. My bracket is busted. It is, boom, just exploded. It's completely done. My bracket is destroyed. Okay, these teams, UAB is one of them, annihilated my bracket. Okay, it's done. It's a done deal. Okay, UAB, a number 14 seed upsets number 3. Everybody and their mama had Iowa State. No question about it. Had Iowa State beating UAB. I mean, unless you from Alabama, unless you from Birmingham, Alabama, and go to that university, you probably were a little biased. But anyway, that was a stunner. Okay, I was stunned after that game because I had Iowa State winning that game. I had Iowa State beating UAB, the Blazers, okay? I had the Cyclones dominating that game. And it was just a heartbreaker, an upset that nobody expected. You know, then you had UCLA. A lot of people felt they shouldn't have qualified for the tournament, but they did. And they silenced a lot of people with their victory over SMU. I picked SMU to knock off UCLA because I felt UCLA wasn't deep enough to win. You know, I felt that they wouldn't beat Larry Brown's team, and I felt Larry Brown's team would have been well prepared to face a team like UCLA. And given what has happened to UCLA in recent years, losing in the early rounds and losing in the first weekend of the tournament, I thought they were going to lose. But you know what? I was fooled, people. I was fooled because, I mean, there's a kid on that team named Bryce Alford, and he really showed up. I mean, he probably had his best game of his collegiate career at UCLA. This guy hit 8 3-pointers. Incredible. Scoring 24 points to lead UCLA to victory. Bryce Alford is Steve Alford's son, the coach of UCLA. And we all know Alford's track record. He's had trouble in the past reaching the Sweet 16. But Alford, his son is balling suddenly. His son had 24 points, and he scored 4 3-pointers late in the game. 8 of his 3-pointers, 4 of his 3-pointers came late in that game. And he led the way. And there was a controversial goaltending call, you know, that ruined all hopes for SMU. And even one of their star players, who was a senior, he took the blame for it. He cried during the press conference and said that it was all his fault. But you know what? It's not all his fault, because when a team loses, you lose as a team. It's a total team effort. So when you lose, the whole team loses, not just you. So it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. Then Baylor. Oh, man, they busted my bracket too. They went down too. Baylor went down. This is is about. Things happen when you least expect it to happen. There's upsets. There's teams. There's sleepers. There's creepers. There's teams you don't expect to win. And they win. They win. They prevail. And that's what's happening. But Baylor's going down. I didn't expect Baylor to go down. But they did. And it's upsetting. I didn't expect Iowa State to go down either. But it happens. Then Cincinnati survived. They took the game to overtime. And they ended up pulling it off. What a great game that was. VCU also busted my bracket. I had them beating Iowa State. But you know what, guys? I can't be mad because I still have all my Final Four teams. I have 1 7 seed and I have 3 1 seeds. I have Kentucky, I have Duke, I have Wisconsin, I have Michigan State. Yes, I have Michigan State because Tom Izzo always has his boys ready to play, and I like Valentine. Okay? I like that guy. He's a great player. Okay? And I think Michigan State will show up. But they get also close when they do go to the Final Four, and then they blow it. So I have them losing in the Final Four. And my 2 teams that I have planned in the national title game are, of course, Duke. Because Duke is deep. You know, they have a lot of talent this year. With Jones, you know, Okafor. You know, they just have a great team. A great young nucleus over there. Then I have Kentucky playing them, and I have Kentucky beating them. Because I think Kentucky will be the first team in college basketball history to go 40-0. And the reason I say that is because this team is deep. Okay? This team is NBA caliber. Okay? There's nobody that can stop this team this year. This team will go unbeaten. Okay? There's nobody that can beat this team. This team is scary. This team is fierce. This team is deadly. This team is deep. It's the most talented. And it's the most dangerous squad in all of college basketball. You know, now everybody can have a bad game. But I think Kentucky would bring their A game in every game they play. Because, first and foremost, they are well coached by John Calipari. Okay, John Calipari has his team focused, uses a psychological approach that gets his boys ready to play. He's not really a fiery guy, but he uses strategy to help his players. And that's why he wins. And that's why his team prevails. And he also recruits the best in the nation. Let's not forget that. But this team has depth. This team has guard play. This team has size, has athleticism. And it's an unselfish basketball team. And they play defense. Put it this way. The Kentucky Wildcats have 7 players who are 6'8" or taller. Okay? They have fly swatters. They have several guys on their team that can swat balls away, that can hurt you inside the interior, that can lock you down and defend you. Okay? There's Willie Stein. There's Carl Anthony Towns. Okay? Defensive efficiency has picked up for them. You know, then there's the Harrison twins, of course, Aaron and Andrew. And we know how clutch they are. We seen it a year ago. There's no way anybody's beating this team. Kentucky's backcourt is equally dominated. This is probably the most dominant team in college basketball. Okay. There's Devin Booker. Okay, he's a freshman guard. And, of course, I just mentioned the Harrison twins. You have All-Americans on this team. There's nobody beating Kentucky. Nobody. Nobody. And, yes, I am a Kentucky fan. I've been a Kentucky Wildcat fan since 1996. And people want to say, you know, I'm a bandwagoner. You know, I don't know. I don't know, sports, or they want to say that you know, you pick the best team because you only like them because they went unbeaten. No, I've been a Kentucky fan for a long time. I go back to the days when Rick Pitino coached the team, and I go back to the days when Tubby Smith coached the team, and I was a fan when Rajon Rondo was a point guard of that team. That's how long I've been a fan of Kentucky basketball. 1996, when Rick Pitino was coaching that team, and when he led them to a national title. That year, that very same year. Okay, I was a 10-year-old kid, turning 11 in September, loving Kentucky basketball, and been a Kentucky fan ever since. So, Coach Calipari and all of them, I wish them the best of luck, and I got them winning the whole thing. Now, today we got some good games. Louisville, Duke. Oh, and yeah, before I go, there was another upset, too. That small school from Georgia. Who did they beat? Oh, God. I went blank. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. That Georgia State school. Georgia State. Basketball. Let's see. I think it's Georgia State. They busted my bracket too. Yeah, Baylor. They beat Baylor. That's right. And I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, their coach, that guy is such an emotional, animated coach. Man, he tore his ACL, I believe, after his team won the Sun Belt Championship over the weekend. And he fell out the chair yesterday. He literally fell out of the chair trying to celebrate the victory with his team after his son, who plays on the team, knocked down that big three-pointer. R.J. Hunter knocked down that big three-pointer that capped the rally to stun Baylor. And his dad, who is the coach of the team, Ron Hunter, man, that guy just went crazy. Fell out of his chair, had his son mocking him after the game. These could be some Cinderella teams right here. UAB and Georgia State. They could be like the Davidson and the George Masons. They could be like the Florida Gulf Coast, whatever they were. They could be like the Dayton of last year or something, okay? Because these teams have really showed up and they're playing ball. I look forward to the games today, folks. I hope today will be another great day of college basketball, which I think it will, because you have a lot of parity, and you have a lot of teams that are hungry, and you have a lot of teams that have talent, and they're really balling right now. So, enjoy the games today. Enjoy the rest of the tournament. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys in my next video. I am out. You guys have a wonderful day. And watch as much college basketball as possible. I will be around watching it. I will be around tweeting, updating, posting scores, writing, doing all kind of stuff. So, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. You guys have a good day. Enjoy the tournament.